China hits the brakes on raw material shipments, throwing the American auto industry into a tailspin. But how will America's auto titans beat China at its own monopoly game? It was a high-stakes drama of supply chain twists and turns played on a global stage. As you all know, recently in a shock move, China has suddenly halted exports of crucial rare earth metals, setting the US auto sector up for a major crash. And China has an iron grip on the global supply, producing over 80% of these blood metals. By flipping the off switch on exports, China now controls whether America can build the cars of the future. The raw materials pipeline has gone dry, because this blockade threatens the entire future of driving as we know it. You know, these so-called rare earth metals aren't really hiding in some secret vault. They're scattered all over the globe. But here's the twist. They're a bit on the pricey side, both in terms of dollars and Mother Earth's greenery. Back in the day, the US held the monopoly card on these materials. But then along came China with a trick up its sleeve: cheaper production. Fast forward, and China's got the crown, while the US is playing catch-up. Now, if China decides to jack up the price or slam the supply door shut, well, buckle up, because other nations might just start seeing dollar signs and digging up these materials. Or they could start cozying up to different materials altogether. Step into the ring of rare earths, where the US is ready to reclaim its crown as the kingpin of electric vehicle magic, battery wizardry, and tech sorcery. But here's the kicker. The Biden crew isn't just dipping their toes. They're cannonballing in. A whirlwind of cash flooding into climate-conscious tech, all while staring down China like a poker champ holding all aces. It's not just a makeover, it's a full-blown revolution, complete with epic quests for geopolitical dominance and safeguarding the kingdom's security. Because this isn't just a story of resources, it's a saga of innovation, power plays, and showing the world who's boss. There's a full-blown showdown happening for crown jewels of resources, including lithium and those elusive rare earths. Hold up though, let's rewind a bit. Remember those times when the US went all in to compete with China on the rare earths front and resuscitated a homegrown industry? Well, let's just say those plans hit a few roadblocks. Jane Nakano, a guru in the energy game, lays it all out. We've been down this road before. We know the ropes. We've walked the walk. It's not a matter of being rookies, it's more like we've got experience galore. But there's a twist in the tale. It's not just about technical prowess. It's a three-ring circus involving business dynamics, green concerns, and political plays. And making it all happen, especially on a fast track, might just be as challenging as nailing jelly to a tree. So while we've got the know-how, taming this rare earth dragon might take some time and a whole lot of strategy. Alright, imagine this. The US is suiting up for the ultimate showdown, and it's all about nailing the three-step tango of rare earth success. Step 1. We're diving into the mines, snatching those rare earth gems like they're the last cookies in the jar. But here's where the plot thickens. It's not just about the snatch. It's about the finesse of separating these VIPs from their mineral buddies. And then, cue the spotlight. It's showtime for each rare earth. They're getting a superstar makeover, transforming from earthy elements to shining oxides, sleek metals, and magnets. These aren't just any magnets. They're the rock stars of missiles, wind turbines, gadgets, gizmos, and electric vehicles that make heads turn. But wait, there's a rival in the ring. China's been strutting its stuff in the magnet-making arena. Can the US swoop in, steal the spotlight, and dance to the tune of competition? It's not just a mining and refining gig. It's a performance that could rewrite the rare earth rulebook. Fear not, because here comes the superhero, MP Materials, swooping in to rescue the mine in 2017 and vowing to rewrite the rare piles of Earth saga from mining to magic magnet making. Now here's where the story goes epic. MP Materials is eyeing neodymium praseodymium, aiming to be the ultimate low-cost maestro. But oh, here's the twist that'll raise eyebrows. MP Materials shares a dance partner with Shang Resources, a key player from the rival camp in China. It's like a tango between foes. But guess who's leading? The US, thanks to some strategic government backup. And guess what's coming next? MP is gearing up to expand, not just bringing back refining glory, but also mastering the art of magnet making by 2025. This isn't just business as usual. It's a mission to recapture the throne of the rare earth, especially with the electric vehicle frenzy kicking up a storm. They're not just building one, but two processing palaces in the Lone Star State, Texas. And it's not just about construction. They're building the foundations for a whole new era of American magnetic marvels. It's a tale of rewriting playbooks, shaking up supply chains, and securing a prime spot in the 21st century tech race. The rare earths race is on in the US, but navigating the track isn't all smooth sailing. While the US is hustling to elevate its rare earth game and brainstorm alternatives to traditional mining, it's facing a bit of a green hurdle. You see, environmental rules in the US often pack a punch harder than boxing kangaroo, especially when compared to a more relaxed regulations in China. But don't worry, this isn't just a tale of roadblocks. Enter Linus, strutting its stuff with a radioactive twist. Activists in the Malaysian government weren't too thrilled about the radioactive waste from their enrichment process, putting Linus in the spotlight. But here's the kicker. Linus wasn't backing down. They argued their low-level radioactive waste wasn't the boogeyman. And guess what? The Malaysian government gave them a thumbs up for a fancy permanent disposal plan. Emerging stars like REDWOOD Materials and Li-Cycle are waltzing onto the stage. They're all about battery recycling, and they've got the startup sparkle to prove it. Meanwhile, across the map in Iowa, the Ames laboratory is cooking up some genius schemes. One researcher, Ikenna Lebetum, is pulling off a rare earth magnet recycling trick that's eco-friendly, minus the dramatic acids and fumes. It's like recovering treasure, minus the drama, and they're even scoring bonus points by snagging byproducts like copper and nickel. And then there's the Idaho lab that's turning potato wastewater into a jackpot. Yep, you heard that right. Potato wastewater is becoming a feast for bacteria that's actually rare and earth-friendly. It's a dance of innovation, from magnets and potatoes to a full circle tale of retaining those valuable materials, rather than tossing them into a landfill abyss. While the US is striving for independence in raw materials, a full-on break from China and other Asian supply chains could send shockwaves through the world of American consumers. Just as the hunger for batteries and electric vehicles kicks into high gear. It's like a high-stakes balancing act. On one hand, the demand for electric wonders is set to skyrocket, with 12.2 million electric vehicles expected to hit the road by 2025, according to the wizards at the IHS Markit. But here's the golden nugget. Teamwork makes the dream work. The US can't do it alone. Instead, the smart move is to join forces with allies like the European Union. It's a master plan to slash reliance on superpowers like China, making the competition fiercer, the stakes higher, and the road ahead a lot less bumpy. Now, let's stir the pot of thoughts. How do you envision the US turning the tables in the rare earths realm? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below, and let's ignite a blazing discussion.